Hello, 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 hello. Today is a very special day for two reasons. One, we're doing a cover up of a painting my uncle had made, and I asked if I could paint over it, and he was like, yeah. And two, we're using our right hand today. First painting ever is going to be entirely based on our right hand. So this is going to be interesting. My right side has been making itself known that it wanted to be used in some creative endeavor, and the only way it knew how. In our last piece, I was comparing painting to like self-intimacy and sex. So yeah, let's see what we can do. So I'm just gonna do this just to see what it looks like. Yeah, fun. I'm excited, truthfully. Done by Salmine. All right, so now it's remembered forever, even though I don't think he likes it too much. Let's get started. What color I do want this to be? I don't know. Nothing is sticking out to me. Truthfully, I know that I want to use like some palette knives on here. So yeah, no colors really sticking out to me off the dome. So I don't know. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to just take this marker and just okay. So I landed here. We're gonna use green. As normal, this is probably gonna be an abstract piece, but like, yeah, I don't know. I think I've needed to use my right side, or not needed, but it's about time that I've given it its expression, because like I've been drawing more often with my right side and such, and like I'm sure it's gotten a little jealous that it hasn't been able to paint, you know. And this is like I use my right side for like everything else, so yeah, you know. Like I already feel so. Ooh, wow, that's a lot of paint. Just dribbled everywhere. But I already feel so like different already immediately. Actually, you know, my strokes have so much more confidence to them, and like I'm just. I feel like this is going to be interesting. Oh, baby, don't stop, don't stop. Forget everything. He said it don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Don't stop giving me thing. Yeah, I put a lot of paint on this. But hey, an all green canvas, I don't think that ever hurt nobody. All right. While it's still wet. Yeah. Honestly, I've been excited about like painting ever since I came to the realization that I should paint with my right side today. Happened at around 8:30 this morning. It's about 8:30 at night as I do this, and I just feel like I've been waiting. Yeah, I put a lot of paint on this. Just started, and I might need to take a second to let it dry. Wow, wowzers! I'm gonna give it like 10 minutes so it can get sticky, and then I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Might do something with palette knives, but I want this to, I don't know. Whatever's under it, if it's gonna give it life, I want it, I want it, I don't know, I don't want it to be like too much. Not too much, not too much, not too much. So, 10-minute timer is going. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, wait, that's 10 seconds. 10. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, so let's do the next bit. I want to use a palette knife. It's definitely still very wet, but we're just gonna fuck with it. Unlike with my left hand, colors actually aren't coming to me. Like if I use my left hand, it's like these are red. But when I'm actively like thinking like what I'm gonna do with my right hand, like that instinctual like color choice doesn't come to me as easily. Which is I feel like it's kind of weird because it's like why does that happen? Why are like my choices of color different? And like ooh, yeah, you can see the underlayer very clearly, which is fine. But oh my god, I'm running out of red. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do I have another one? I don't think I have another one. Alright. So we're gonna have to go get some more red. Okay, so this is empty. Something that I'm going to be doing is investing in more than a 2-ounce tub of fucking paint. Cause like, that's so petite. Okay. Anyway, let's use our palette knives. It's very wet. Whatever. Like, I think the underside of this painting is actually going to peek out in a very nice way that I'm excited about. But for the most part today, it was really just about setting this first layer, huh? Because literally nothing else is coming to me, which is like good, I guess. But I know I just want to use the palette knife. That's like, that is something that is like very like clear to me. Like, use a palette knife. Like, I like where the yellow peeks under. And then we get this gray when they're mixed in. Yeah. It's like rough. I like it. I like it. Oh my god. I don't think I took a picture, but when I was down in Annapolis this weekend, I saw this oil painting that looked like a chalkboard. It was amazing. I was like dumbfounded looking at it because I was like, wow, like you're really skilled at what you fucking do, you know? And I was just like, whoa, like you got that. Okay. So it's numero uno. I don't know. There is no like form to this, not yet at least. Right now, you know, like, the sand shifters, right now it's like getting sifted. Wait, is it recording? Yeah. But like right now, it's getting sifted, right? We're putting all these layers on and we're messing with it and just seeing what it looks like. And then tomorrow and throughout the week, as I do more and more with it, we'll see what like the final piece is like meant to look like. I think like a corner with some orange. Ooh, not this one. Wow, I'm running low on like all my paints. Holy, holy, holy. Okay. You know, I feel like this is meant to happen. Like right now, at least. Like with these paints, at least. You see how it's like going on there? All right, and then I'm gonna take this one. Oh, I've never used this one. Oh, a new palette knife to be used. So then I'm just gonna like. And like green is such an interesting choice, I feel. Cause like, I don't know. When I'm working with these colors, I feel like it really makes me think so much more. Like about how this shit's getting comprised. You know, and it's like, I'm just taking this there and just like, really just like fucking it up. You know? It's just like, you have this black fucking glob of shit in the middle, you know? Or it's not black, but it's like, it's ugly. It's not a pretty color. It's like, it's brown now. It's like, but you know, something that I've been thinking about over the past couple of days, just like in reference to just art as a whole, pretty much, is like trying to see color where it is not. Yeah, trying to. Yeah, wow, that's a brown. Like that's a brown. Yeah, trying to see color where it is not. Especially in regards to like shading and such. You know, like the darker tones, like we might pick up like a blue hue or something like that, and like just how to apply that to my own practice. But then I'm also recognizing like I don't much like realism, or it's not that I don't much like realism, but it takes a different types of patience, you know, especially going the autodidactic route that I am with my artistic curation. It makes it more difficult, I feel, to like latch on to an aspect of realism. It's forcing me, at least, to just interact with the world in a way where I'm just like always, always, always thinking just about like what makes the form of something, you know? Because like something I was thinking about and just like handling was just like like light. I feel like the contrast between the light and the shadows is what allows a form to really be seen, you know? And then it's like, okay, how do I show that in a drawing? That's what I'm struggling with. It's like, all right, well, it's handling a drawing. So, all right, so the lines can't be too thick where I need it to be, or like I'm initially thinking about it. And then it's like, I need to learn my pen so that I'm not like fucking it up too badly. That's a really nice brown, honestly. Truthfully, it's a very nice brown. I'm not even lying. I really like that brown. It's very nice. It's like dirt. This is very pretty. Wow. I made a very pretty brown. I wonder what this is going to turn into. It's like kind of rustic. Yeah, I gotta be careful with that palette knife. But, hey. Alright, well, we're learning. I wonder what this is gonna turn into. I wonder what this is gonna turn into. Alright. Alright. I know what I wanna do. You good? It's really interesting thinking about painting with my right hand right now. Cause like with my left hand, or with my, not even my left side hand, my left side of my brain, I'm thinking about like doing all this other stuff. Whereas with my right side, it's really thinking about just like rigidity. Which is interesting. I don't know. This is a good base though, I can like happily say that. I know what I want to do next, so we're gonna flick some. Okay, so a good amount of vanilla left. I love this color. Okay. Yeah, I love that shit. Yeah, I love that shit. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I like that. I need to flick like an actual white now. Oh, I saw some unopened colors. Cool. Someday this week, whenever I choose to open myself up. Actually, after I finish this painting, I'm gonna sit down and like consolidate this area. No fucking way I finished my white paint. Where is my white paint? Bro, what? Bro, like, I know for a fact I barely use that shit. Where did I put it? I'm better than this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, something that I want to do better at is maintaining like the love of care for my spaces. The camera good? I've seen some paint spick on it. I don't want that to be like a common thing. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I like the whatever that means. All right, and we're gonna do a similar thing, but with like a lighter, that grape light purple. Yep. Down, 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 down. You know what this is also like a lesson in for me is like trusting the process with like the analytical side of myself. I feel like, because you know, like my right side, I feel like is the side of me that is all about like form and like structure, right? And allowing myself to create with the right side of me, I feel is allowing that structure to like come down a little bit, to break down those walls just a little bit. Not in like any way where I feel like it's forced. So it's like, yeah. The brown. I love these paintings. Because not only does it like make me feel something, I feel like it's like forcing me to just like think a bit more. You know? Like, because I'd say brown is an equally powerful color like black, but to like a deeper extent, you know, because like you can mix all the colors that you want, and you might not ever get that like true rich black paint that is automatically there, but you can mix things into a brown, you know, and that's I feel like that's more powerful in a way, because it's like that's that's like the true essence of like everything being together, you know? That's like the true essence of unity. It's in brown, you know? A color that might feel ugly at first, but when you give it its time of day, its space, its time, it becomes the backdrop of something beautiful. And I am so excited to see where this goes. So we have a healthy mix of colors. I want to do like, yeah, okay, now it's coming to me at this side. I want to do like a splash of pink along this area. So we're gonna use a different palette. And honestly, I don't even know if I will like do all that much. Depends. Look at that. That's like intense. Okay. All right. So then let's use the smaller. I'll use the smaller one for some of these spots that I want like to be like that. something. There's a white area, yeah. Sorry, like some paint got caught. Ooh, wow, I like this. This feels like I'm going down a hallway. Yeah. Whew. That evokes something. Wow. Wow. And like you can still see the painting peek through. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Yeah, no, I like this. I like this a lot. We're gonna leave that as it is for today, and we'll come back tomorrow to see where it takes us. Actually, let me do one last thing. One last thing. Okay. Yeah. So that's where we're gonna leave that for today. I I like this. I like this a lot, but it's not enough. But I can't. If I add more, I don't know. I just like this. I just like this a lot for where it is right now. See you guys tomorrow. Okay. Today has been a day. Let me tell you that. I feel like today has just been trying to get me angry. And like crazily angry, man. You know, and I feel like it's all over the little stuff, but I I'm here in a much better mood, but I feel it like slowly bubbling up with me, you know? Like this morning I get very annoyed because my post gym shower was delayed and I almost got late for work, but I wasn't. I actually even made myself the time to grab a coffee and a breakfast beforehand because I went fast enough. But yeah, then at work, my kids were just a lot. My morning kid was just displaying a lot of behaviors today, and like I did get I was annoyed with it, but I feel like that translated into me being very firm and like unnecessarily so. You know, like I was being tough on him, but I feel like it's to bounce back against such a flare up of behavior and tantrum. You know, and he was getting what he wanted at the end of it because it was over the tablet and lunchtime, and I and I had to clean his diaper. There was a lot of poo, and he fought me. You know, this is a very lanky arm, tiny child. So it was a lot, especially when they get bigger. But yeah, after that, like I have this rule with him where it's like you watch the tablet, you don't touch it, and I don't know. I felt like I was just being much more firm about how I was blocking all those types of movements in comparison to how I usually would be. But honestly, I think it needed to happen just with how everything was going. But then my other kid, he's like on the other end. So it's like he is so physically sensitive to everything and emotionally sensitive, but it's more so physically sensitive to everything that it's like I have to learn how to cause calmness while external to him, which is it's just an entirely other end of the spectrum. But as he's like a preteen, those behaviors are so much more set in. So like you do have to get a bit more physical sometimes. Sometimes, like it's not a lot, but like having that constant tension with the buildup, it was a lot. Sorry, I just spoke to y'all for what? How long? 3 minutes before we even started painting. But I need to talk about this. This because this painting is me. You know. So yeah, that was a lot. And I felt like I've I feel like I've gotten really good at not like blowing up at anybody over certain actions. I was talking with my bass teacher, and and he was like, that takes a lot of patience. And it's like, yeah, it does. I don't really acknowledge it, but like, yeah, it does. You can't be explosive towards anybody like that if you want to like actually develop something. You know, there needs to be like a certain focus throughout it, even while you are upset. That's what I really try teaching them. Like, it's okay to be upset, but it's a matter of how we express it. That's very important. So, yeah, that's what we're doing now as well. Dualities and everything. So, first, I am feeling it's a splitter splatter some black paint in this area. It's not going to be perfect, but we can make do with whatever happens. But yeah, like, that's what it was, man. And like, I feel like just with how I've gone about my development and such, I feel like sometimes it's hard to explain that for certain people. Because I apply the same principles that like I'm learning while being with these kids onto myself, you know? I am my first experiment. Ooh, not too much. I like that. I like that. I like so much came back onto me. All right, I need to wash these jeans just to see how much paint sticks. But I love my paint pants. I should start wearing them backwards so I could get the other side too. Okay. And I'm so glad this can be a right-handed painting. It's so different compared to what I'm used to now. When I do it like this, I really like the lines that come through. And yes, I also did change my orientation of the painting. I love what the black did. I did smoke before this. Yeah, that's also why I'm talking a lot. But like, I've been wanting. You know what I'm recognizing about like the sides of my brain that I think with, or at least I'm thinking that I'm thinking with, is that my right side is very structured, right? It's also the side that I taught myself how to use first. But like, cause like, I was born left-handed. Dude. I'm always talking about that. It's the basis of my character, right? Not a character to myself, but like the way you're watching this, I am a character to you. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? Yeah. So, yeah, the ways that I think. So, yeah, I've been told by two people. One, my friend Alexis, and then then the other is my therapist. That they were like, the right side of your brain is for like organization and structure, and the left side is for your creativity. And now that I'm actually thinking about like how I'm placing that, and and other things as well, like hunger. You know, I think I need to write this down, honestly, before I go on any tangents. But thinking about how each side is expressed in their own way has been very useful and valuable, and given me another perspective about how I've already been expressing myself, Because I view everything as an artistic therapy. No matter how simple it is, like the baseline of it is bodily expression. I've been trying to move more in my workouts because, like, I've always wanted to improve my mobility, but like, whoo, that looks good. Okay, but yeah, I've always wanted to improve my mobility over time. But I don't know if I was ever really getting to it. Or not even ever really getting to it. I definitely haven't given it the time it needs. Yeah, I haven't given it the time it needs. And I feel like I could still do more. And something I'm almost thinking about is like I want to increase my strength, and I want to have more muscularity to me, more muscle overall. And I've been thinking, it's like, am I doing enough to build that long-term mobility and health that I'm trying to maintain, and and have a healthy amount of muscle growth? Because it's like I don't I don't care as much about like maximizing my carbs and protein anymore. I just want to like know that like in the long term, as long as I maintain my current lifestyle, my physique is gonna look like satisfying. I'm not trying to fucking, I don't know. I mean, it'd be nice to look like a supermodel all the time, but like, I want to enjoy everything I eat as well. You know, and it's like my diet honestly, it goes beyond what I physically eat. It's about what I express around myself as well. Because like, what type of person am I gonna be if I'm eating terribly and then also like watching terrible content on the internet, right? And it's not even just that. Then it's like, all right, what am I actually like doing? What do I get to let my life consume? Yeah, what do I get to let my life consume? Because it's like our body's already taking up so much space. So the very act of existing consumes space. So like, how are we applying that to the aspects of ourselves? What is the reality that we are literally creating before us? I don't think many people do that. And it's like the political aspect of it, and like the way that our resources are governed and structured is what people immediately think to ameliorate our material needs and the grand suffering around the world. And then it's like, on an individual scale, what can you do beyond that? Because all art comes from a place of suffering initially. And if you don't want to say suffering, it is initiated from a place that has gone through the undertone, that has seen the darkness. That's why it can be illuminated and given new life. So how do most people start that from the beginning? How do you take back control over your life? Yeah, how do you take back control over your life? You want to know how I did it? You kind of saw it if you've seen my videos and everything that I've made on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, my blogs, my websites, my paintings, my music, my writing, my job. You've seen how I've taken control over my life. But the very beginning of it was having hope in myself that I can do better. And I have to start from small stuff. I have to start with small stuff. Because I didn't like who I was. I don't like what I did. And but I still wanted more. I still wanted better. Because I knew deep down I wasn't living like how I knew I was meant to be. I let the thoughts from people I don't even respect hold so much weight over me. And then I slowly built trust with myself over time, over small stuff, over going to the gym. I knew I could go in 2 times a week. Shit. 2 times a week. All right, cool, I did that. And then you know what happened? I grew addicted to it. And I was pushing through pain and discomfort that I absolutely did not need to, but I did anyway because I refused to take care of myself. And then I tore my labrum and had surgery. Then I couldn't go to the gym, and I felt so lost because I was like, this was making me so happy, blah, blah, blah. I had to disconnect, and then I went through losing. Then I got very sad for a little because I was really driven with oh, I might not be able to ever go to the gym again. You know, I mean, I would hear people be like, "Oh, you're young, you'll be okay." I was like, I don't know. I was going through it. I was like, I don't know. I don't know how true that is. I've never actually dealt with an injury this deep before. You know, yeah, I'm young, but what is that going to look like long term? And this is how forever changed am I? And then one of my old coworkers, I was talking to him because he also had the surgery. It was the labrum surgery. Yeah, I think I said that. And he was like, yeah, no, the shoulder never feels the same again. And I was like, all right, that's true. It really doesn't. And it's I feel like I have to go through so much, even to this day. There you go. I want to make sure I don't get any paint on the lens. Even to this day, about handling the consequences of it. So yeah, and like during that period, I got really into healing and such, and like a deeper spiritual connection with things. You know, that's when I got into like meditation, and I started reading these books by Chong Trungpa. The first one was Cutting Through Spiritual Materialism, and this dude Tyler introduced me to it, and like, right, he said this thing about it was it was like his interpretation. I think he believes in string theory, but like he was just talking about like resonance and finding your resonance with things and thinking of life like a song and like a very harmonious and musical, and like finding your tune. You know, he was describing life like a dance. I'm forgetting his exact words now, but I swear I just had them. But yeah, no, that's what it was. I liked him. He's a super cool dude. I wonder how he's doing. Yeah. But shit, I lost myself. Damn it. I shouldn't have gone on a tangent. But yeah, it was surgery. And then I continued. Oh yeah, then I read this book called My Grandmother's Hands, which was talking about healing generational trauma. During that time, my cousin Christine was staying with us, and those who have heard stories know that this lady traumatized me. Let me tell you what, the entire time she was there, she was living with us. But like, whew, man, she was a tough cookie. She was also, okay, I don't know how I'm making this sound, but like, she was just a lot. I viewed her like the embodiment to generational trauma, you know, because like it is truly generational trauma that like made her how she is. And it's like I don't actually really want to be like all that mad at you, because like I get it actually. I actually like really started to empathize with her a lot, but then it's like she just kept fucking doing this shit, man. And it's just like, all right, I see your errors. I see why you're like this, but oh my god, I can't stand you. I said I hated her for a while. I don't hate her. I strongly dislike her. So I think that's the correct wording. I strongly dislike her. Prefer not to see her. I feel like this is a different vibe compared to my right-handed paintings. I really like this effect that I got here. And I didn't realize it at the time, but the brown was such like a beautiful hue and mix of a lot of colors. I really liked what it turned out to be there. Honestly, I was so satisfied leaving the painting, but I knew it wasn't enough. It needed more. It didn't feel finished. I want to keep the warm feeling. I don't know how to do it. I'll figure it out. I'll just put the color there. It's just not too much. Cause you're not open. How do I do this? What paint did I run out of yesterday? It was red. Oh yeah, this is Red's final gambit. Oh my goodness. Or that Red's final gambit. Oh, I'm almost out of this. Damn. I did love this orange. Okay. Where is my pastel yellow? Okay. So yeah, my grandmother's hands. I'd say I credit my grandmother's hands and Neurotribes as two coincidentally placed books in my lives that also like changed my life. So like yeah, that's what I consider them. Two conveniently placed books in my life. No, it needs to be the other way. I don't feel like doing that motion. Yo. I want to do a painting where I cut the canvas at the end, or like it's some part of the process. I wonder what I'll do with that. Ooh, and what if I got a part that I like really like? Ooh, who knows? That'll be a video one though. Ooh, I might try something with that. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, my grandmother's hands. Sorry, I literally just zoned out thinking about the painting. Like what color needs to go here. But my grandmother's hands is it's what like honestly it's the book that started me to like want to make a creative collective because I texted Brooks and Jasmine. I texted Jasmine first if she knew any like creative collective. And she's like, nah. And I was like, let's start one. And then yeah, they made the branding and the name. I had this other project called Striate. Other old friend named Corey did the name on that one. I'm not good at that shit. But I made Byron Alexander though. That shit hard as fuck. I love that. I love that name. I love that name. That's my alter ego. Vaya. Alright, we need more on the canvas. I like this gray patch that is coming in though. I really do. It's the ugly color. I guess I'm up here. Oh, happy accident. My favorite. So let me get this one first. I literally just fucked it up. I got. Okay. Now this part's gonna be like bruised. You know, when I was young, I used to hit this part of me out of frustration. And now I'm doing it to pat the paint down. Maybe I was always meant to be a painter. Whew. That's crazy. All right. This is a cool painting. I like this one. Damn. Okay, hold on. You know, damn, this is awesome. I really like what I did here. I feel like I mostly got on the floor. I just got my face. Are you on the camera? No. Yeah, I really got my face. I like it. This is mostly complete before. This was mostly complete before I even came down. Wow, I really like it. Like I like really like it. Wow. Like I don't know, maybe I'm saying this about every single painting of mine, but this one really pops like a lot, I feel like. Wow. Wow. I feel like I said this to my last painting too, but wow. Wow. Oh, this one's great. Shit. I'm sorry. You guys are gonna have to wait on this to finish the story with that, but this is great. I'm glazing my work right now, but like, it's so striking. It's like anything that I do will not enhance it. I'm so proud of this one. Hey, you know what's crazy? This is the first one that I said be comfortable giving away. No, it's not. I'm lying. I'm lying. I can tell you that right now. I was lying. I need my art show first. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. See you in the next one. It is so my luck for feeling like this painting is almost like perfect. I feel like I'm gonna say every painting is perfect after completion. But I was doing the signage and shit on the back, and guess what? Guess what? I poke out this fucking bubble, and now I'm annoyed. And I named it Annoyance, and it really fits the theme of today. Actually, yeah, it does work. Couldn't think of a name, so now that is what comes. But it fits, you know. It was a lot today. And I feel like as it dries and droops down, it's, it'll look nice. I feel like it'll only add to it long term, even if it's not a lot. You know, step back. And like, it's so distracting to me. It is so distracting to me. I'm not gonna lie. It is so distracting to me. That is like the focal point. I, bro. I think I just have to leave. I think I just have to leave. Cause, bro, look at it. If it's distracting on the camera, then I'll really know. Wow, look at it through the camera. It looks really nice. I'd still say it's distracting. You like don't even notice the bottom half. I feel like wow, this kind of looks like water. Wow, I did a good job. All right, once you see everything else, you kind of don't notice it. But like when you get close, then you see it, and it's like, what if I touch? I'm not gonna touch it. Oh my god. Okay, there we go.